My name is Tony Tan, and even when I was young, I always had a sense of adventure and a desire to do things differently. My first memory of this is in Mum's kitchen. She would peel a banana and cut it into slices on a chopping board for my breakfast. We had an agreement that she would make my food and I would do the washing up. This meant that I had to clean the bowl, the spoon, the knife, and the chopping board. I decided that there had to be a way to wash up less. That's when I asked Mum to peel 3 sides of the banana instead and slice the banana through to the skin. Thus, no more chopping board. I was pretty proud of myself, even though I'm still trying to figure out how to get rid of the knife and spoon. As I got older, I learned how to apply this entrepreneurial mindset to people. I learned that my everyday interactions could make things easier for a diverse range of people, including students with refugee backgrounds and students with disabilities. Whether it was helping them with their homework or building their confidence through theatre, it felt easy to support them because I enjoyed it. I also realised how privileged I was and how my actions could impact on someone else's life. In my last year of high school, I learnt another fundamental attribute of any entrepreneur: withstanding hardship. I sailed from Brisbane to Sydney with the Royal Australian Navy on a replica of the ship Captain Cook sailed to Australia on. I'd never been on a boat before, and there I was, sailing with 20 other people I'd only just met, over 500 nautical miles out at sea. I expected the cold and maybe the rain, but the seasickness caught me by surprise. I don't know how many paper bags got used those 10 days, but I pushed through. This experience taught me that I could physically and mentally cope with adversity, work with a team, and more importantly, not drown. As I moved on to university, I was given more opportunities to use the skills I'd been developing. I was selected for 2 major programs that grew my entrepreneurial desire. The Monash University VC's Ancora Empire Leadership Program taught me how to tolerate not understanding something. It gave me a whole lot of insight into my beliefs and values. I learned to lead different types of people, and most importantly, how I could invest in the people around me. Next was the Global Discovery Program. I was tasked with creating a 30-second video on how I would change the world. Needless to say, it was a difficult task, but I showed how important building strong relationships with people was to any venture.
From being at Monash, I know the power of an inspiring idea,
furthering the development of the bionic arm.
I believe through cultivating mentor connections with global leaders, challenging ourselves with collaborative learning projects, we can empower others as others have empowered us.
Good luck, Tony.
Go, Tony.
The clarity of vision, international mentoring connections, and community engagement. Together we can change the world.
Hope to see you in New York.
Next thing I knew, I was jetting off to New York, engaging with people at the UN, Bloomberg, and the New York Governor General's office.
Welcome to Bloomberg. Is this your first time to New York? All right, well, welcome.
And it was very inspiring to hear what all of you had to say.
Building on those experiences, this year I volunteered with Startup Victoria. Here I met a guy called Rohit who inspired me to start my own project. That's how boyfriendmaterial.com.au came about. Boyfriend Material is a men's clothing brand that donates a portion of its profits to young people developing projects with a positive social impact. Project Rocket is an example of a group of young people who we plan to support in the future. I also attended various startup events, including Scott Shane's pitch workshop, organised by Wade, which also led me to the 3-day startup. Moving forwards, I've learned so much from my involvement with these startup-related experiences, and the people I've met have taught me that I can make meaningful connections, and I want to bring that to the Masters of Entrepreneurship. Even if I don't get in, I see myself expanding overseas to Asia and creating strong connections with people globally. Entrepreneurship is often looked as sailing solo on your own boat, but more often than not, it is about working as a team to command a ship. I'm motivated, determined, and committed, having learnt some great lessons on the way. The most important one? When you feel like you might drown, remind yourself that you know how to swim.